All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. God bless everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua the Messiah. I do pray everybody is super blessed as the Bitcoin price is back down around 101.4 thousand USD. We are back down at the bottom of the range right now. We are back into the box that we were looking at yesterday, saying this is a very, very important box. If we don't bounce from the box, well, we're probably coming down below $100,000. Now, as you can see, the short trade is still open. 20,000 realized, 9,000 unrealized from the trade setup given in the Casper Crew VIP Discord on October 6th at 3:48 p.m. Setup given in advance on that same day, I guess at 9:24 a.m. And sadly, guys, I have something sad to say, which is this. I have closed out by accident my hedge short trade on WEEX that I took from over here from the hedge trade that I took in the Casper Crew VIP Discord on October 27th. I closed that one out, guys, sadly. I meant to take a partial, but I ended up closing the whole position out for an $8,000 profit. So I can't complain about that, but I'm a little bit upset because I'll be honest, I do feel that we're probably going to come a little bit lower and dip towards the $100,000 level here. Now, as you can see, we are starting to get, we have filled completely the October 10th wick here. Okay, we have completely filled the October 10th wick, and it looks like we're heading lower, y'all. Okay, so we have some very interesting news today. First of all, Bitcoin is losing its last support before $100,000. Also, we're seeing some interesting things with the Magnificent 7 stocks. Basically showing some signs that the last time they showed these signs, it led to some downside. It's quite interesting because we were just looking at Nvidia yesterday and some of these tech stocks in the Magnificent 7. And now we're starting to see some major downside all across the markets. Not only Bitcoin, not only XR Pizzle, not only Ethereum, but also now stocks starting to show some bearish signs. In fact, the only thing I can see that looks bullish is Chainlink. We've got some bullish on-chain analysis here. This is the only thing I could find today that looked bullish was Chainlink. Despite crashing almost 6% in 24 hours, Chainlink continues to attract significant on-chain accumulation while testing major support level. This is a fundamental bullish divergence on Chainlink. Other than this, guys, I'd say things are looking pretty bearish today in these markets across the board. Bitcoin right now, as you can see, is about $101,000. And we got to give a major shout out to everybody in the chat before we dive into the analysis. Major shout out in here to Deej. He says ICP pumping, Chainlink bullish is a top signal. Shout out to Brazil Rico Loco 5357 who says it's over, Jason. It's time to sell. Shout out to Around Town 27. Time to coddle that bear. Shout out to Christopher Kirkpatrick who says Jelly Jelly, and Golden Pocket Steve who says I'm scared. 97.4 today says Bray Townsley. Could very well be. Shout out to my man Super Varun. He says bless Bitcoin, Jason. Well, Bitcoin's been blessed for 4 years. It's time for a little bit of downside. Elvis Trump is the Antichrist. I like that one. Now that everyone's going short next week, this is going to go to the moon. I panic sold my short when I woke up. Sadly, I had a TP set at 101. Dang. Well, at least you made some profits, all right? At least you made some profits. Shout out to Preparing for War. He says, guys that keep shorting the bottom are making bank. Yeah, seriously, man. Seriously, right now, the bottom shorters are making money. All right. Shout out to HFG. Shout out to John Blake. Deload week at the gym for you this week. My condolences, my friend. We all hate deload weeks. A necessary evil of weightlifting. Hi, Jay. Bear market just began. Jason will probably come on showing he got the exact bottom. Well, I did accidentally close a short at the exact bottom. Unfortunately. I closed it at... Well, this isn't right. This is the average close price, but I accidentally closed out my short that I was in yesterday from October 27th that morning when I took that short trade on Bitcoin, October 27th. So that was from up here. That was from right around here where I took that short. Man, oh man. You know, it is very interesting. Check this out. Nvidia. Look at this. Big gap to the downside today. Everything's bearish today. Everything is bearish today. All right. Alrighty. All right, let's pop into the analysis, guys. By the way, if you can, if we can get 1,000 likes from the first half hour, we'll be giving away $1,000. We got 1,000 people in the house right now, guys. 1,000 people in the house right now. If everybody can smash the likes, we will be giving away 1,000 USDT. All right, 1,000 USDT. Man, this is crazy. This is crazy. There we go. The next key level that we have here, guys, is 98,125. Right? 98,125 is going to be our next major target to the downside. All right, so let's start Bitcoin. We're going to start on the weekly once again, just to kind of review what's been happening here on the weekly, guys. Market Cipher B. Let's go ahead and pop on our good friend Market Cipher B. The question on everybody's mind, is the bear market beginning? Well, first of all, I would have to say this. If the bear market really is beginning now, then that is 100% on schedule. That is 100% on schedule. It correlates with the 4-year halving cycle, and we would expect the top to be in around now, around November 2025 into beginning of 2026. A few other things we can say here on the weekly time frame is that we definitely have multiple drive of bearish confirmed divergence, multiple drive of bearish div locally as we kind of break out of this major resistance at around $75,000. Every time we make another high, we're starting to see these bearish divergences form here. Something else I do just want to point out here is this, right? If we were to invert the chart, well, it would become quite apparent that we have extremely bullish looking divergences here, bullish looking money flow. And it looks like the price would want to get a rotation back to the top of this local range before continuing up, right? So objectively speaking here on the weekly time frame, I do have to say things look more bearish than bullish. And what we noticed yesterday about the oscillator here, which I think is very significant, is we're potentially seeing the break of the continuation, the bullish continuation pattern. Right? The entire bull market has been characterized by bullish continuation patterns on Market Cipher B. We had our bottom signal right down here, which was, of course, the uneven butt cheek pattern, big on the left, skinny on the right. That always marks the bottom of a macro trend. And after we got our bullish divergence, aka the uneven butt cheek pattern here on Market Cipher B, well, we printed a continuation pattern number 1, which is a trigger wave of continued momentum. This is always our continuation pattern. And then we printed 2 continuation patterns, one right here in September 24 and one right here in April 25 of hidden bullish divergences. The problem now is, in order for this to have another continuation pattern, we're going to need to see a very deep oversold wave here coming down on Market Cipher B below 40, negative 40, and we're somehow going to have to hold a higher low in the trend. I don't know if that is possible. It seems unlikely right now. If we get a green dot on Market Cipher B on the weekly, and we're seeing just normal direction like this, to me that's a bearish sign, because I'm looking at the entirety of this structure here and I'm saying this was our clear bottom, right? We have the continuation patterns continuing, and this wave, if it prints a higher wave here, it's not bullish. Why is it not bullish? Because we're on the way down. The market, the structure of Market Cipher B is on the way down. It's not like it was over here. This one, we were on the way up. The money flow was crossing to the upside. This one, we've had multiple confirmations, bearish divergence, and this will break the pattern of a hidden bullish divergence right here. It will no longer be a continuation pattern. So that does keep me a little bit freaked out, okay? But let's now go down to our daily time frame on Bitcoin. Make sure to smash up the likes. So the daily time frame on Bitcoin, here's I think what we really need to pay attention to. Right now, it's pretty obvious that we are coming down to a key area of support right here, which is the wick from October 10th, Friday, October 10th. Right now, again, we have this. To me, this looks like it's on the way down, right? This whole structure to me looks like it's on the way down. If we don't get a bounce from here, if we can't close the candle today above 102, it's looking very bad. It's looking very bad for Bitcoin. And the next level that we have is going to be just under $100,000. Why is that? Well, because we are looking at this whole thing here as a sideways range. We have our clearly defined high right up here at around $123,000. And we have our clearly defined low right down here, just below $100,000, as we also have the high volume node of all the price action that's traded since Saturday, November 9th, 2024. So we have a year of price action that's telling us that the high volume node is right here, just below $100,000. Okay, so that's probably where we're going to come to next. Now, here's the thing. If we bounce from the mid-90s, I'd say there's actually a real chance that we could see another all-time high within the next few months for Bitcoin. Why is that? Well, because if we're trading a sideways range, when you come down to the bottom of the range and you get a bounce, the probabilities are highest you come back to the top of the range. And in this instance, that's probably going to be around 118,000. But if we flip 118,000, we could get one more high and potentially even continue on with the uptrend. That would be a pullback from the all-time high of about 25 to 30%, which honestly, guys, is nothing. We've seen that a million times. We saw that back here in January of this year. We saw 32% pullback. So again, this is nothing so crazy at all right now yet. What makes it different and scarier than last time is the fact that the oscillators are looking so much more bearish than they were last time. And last time, we didn't have this false breakout, right? I mean, every single range that we've ever broken out of in this bull market has had major follow-through, right? It's had major follow-through. When we break the range, we have major follow-through. We could go all the way back to 2023. You break the range, major follow-through. There's no hint on the chart that this is not a breakout. Everyone knows this is a breakout, right? We break this level here. Again, there's no question. Is this a breakout? Yes or no? Of course it is. Same here, right? We break this resistance at around 75K. Boom, there's no question that it's a breakout. Okay, we form another range. We break the resistance. Okay, we immediately notice something's different. We don't pump as much. We consolidate a little bit, and then we make a higher high with bear divs, and we come down, all right, to retest. Okay, so far the retest looks healthy. Cool, right? Then we make another higher high, but smack down and more bearish divergences. So what historically has taken a week or two to pump like crazy has taken us from that first breakout. It's currently been 100 days of not breaking out, all right? Bitcoin is dumping right now. We're dumping right now. You can see we're heading towards our next target of around 98,125, all right? Now, something else to keep note here, guys. We are right now at a very key area. We have a naked daily point of control. We have a weekly level here. We have a daily level here. If we don't hold here, guys, we are coming down. All right, this is make it or break it territory right now for Bitcoin. Seriously. Okay, make it or break it territory right now for Bitcoin. So things do look a little bit different here. And now we're looking for our zone right around this area where we have the high volume node and the value area low, confluence with the Fibonacci golden pocket retracement from the August low to the all-time high, confluence with the anchored VWAP from the August 2024 low. All right, we take our anchored VWAP from the August 2024 low, and it's coming right in this box. This is going to be very important, guys. Very, very important. If we lose this anchored VWAP, guys, if we lose this level of around the low to mid 90s, that opens up the door for us to come back down towards $70,000. Why? Is it because I'm ultra bearish? No, it's because it is the sideways range, right? This would be our sideways range, right? We're taking it level to level. This would be the new range to trade. This would be the new low, the clearly defined low of the range. If we're going to lose $94,000, which is the local low of this range, then we have to say to ourselves, okay, we're no longer trading this mini range here. Now we're trading this more macro range here, right? We could look for something like this and either get a breakdown giant old head and shoulders, or we could come down to this level, and this is just where the bear market ends, and we could bounce from there. Okay, so my prediction is this: if we don't hold this mini range that we're at right now, we're going to be coming back down towards $70,000 to back test none other than the previous bull market all-time high. Now, I know this seems scary for a lot of people, but guys, let's put this into perspective here. Let's put this into perspective. We have just seen 4 years of upside for Bitcoin. We have just seen 4 years of upside. We have just experienced a 700% gain on Bitcoin. 700%. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And historically speaking, these bear markets don't last long, right? They don't last long. They only last about a year, which means, you know, we're looking for us to be really buying the bottom of Bitcoin somewhere around here. All right. So if we do eventually come and back test this low, you know, next year, that's so close, guys. It's before you know it, it's going to be the spring and then the summer and then the fall. And that's when it's time to buy again, right? And so we would see something very healthy, something like this. You know, maybe we get our bounce from the low 90s. Eventually, we come down, we get some capitulation, and then we start up into our bull market again, right? And in hindsight, we'd say, man, that actually is a really bullish looking chart. We would say, wow, look at this. You know, we had a big breakout here. We break out, we back test, we continue. We'd say that's a super bullish chart. Now, there's a lot of people who are saying, Jay, there's no way we're going to have a bear market this time because of ETFs, because of Trump and all this and that. And if that's how you feel, okay, you know, I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Do I want my spot Bitcoin portfolio to be down 7 figures? No. I don't want that. I'd rather it be up. But look, things don't go up forever, and the warning signs are on the wall here. Now, here is my worst case scenario for Bitcoin. My worst case scenario is this. If we are going to see a pullback similar in percentage to what we've seen in previous bear markets, then my target is going to be this. Right around here. All right, right around here. That's going to be dipping just below a $40,000 Bitcoin. Impossible, Jason. Impossible. It's impossible. It can never happen. I can hear you right now typing. I hear you have one of those old loud keyboards. All right? Impossible, Jason. Could never happen. Will never happen. Will never happen, Jason. Look, here's the thing. All right? Let's be honest with ourselves here. Let's just be honest. Every single time in past bear markets, we have gotten a retracement down to the zone between the 786 and the 886 fib every single time. Every single time. So if we're going to have a pullback, anything like what we had previous times, it's going to be coming down around that $40,000 level. All right. This is also, in my opinion, going to allow us to do a few things. Number one, it's going to allow us to front run the major support resistance flip that we have right here that everybody's going to be waiting for. Because it's easy to say it's never going to happen, it's never going to happen, it's never going to happen. It's easy to say that now. But when we're down here, guys, when we're at a $44,000 Bitcoin, trust me, people are going to be calling for a $30,000 Bitcoin. People are going to be calling for lower and lower and lower and lower. Just like in the bull market, people call for higher, higher, higher and higher. So it will allow us to front run that key $30,000 Bitcoin. But it will also allow us to, in my opinion, get a nice retest of this consolidation that we had right here from January 2024. And also come back to the key fib level that we've seen every single time, right? That's kind of my three major predictions if the high is in. Now, of course, anything can happen, right? The high does not have to be in. And as we come back to this chart, I'll tell you this much. I will tell you this much. The fact that we are losing right now this level and we're coming down towards $100,000 is not the most bullish thing in the world. All right. The fact that we are right now, we attempted to get a bounce, We're attempting to get a bounce from here, but we're not doing so great. This is not looking the best for Bitcoin. All right. And so we have to assume right now, until we see some kind of major sign of strength, that the next most probable level is going to be down here. All right. Right around this key high volume node. All right. So that's kind of the deal with Bitcoin. Let's go down to our 4-hour time frame. Again, we are currently holding this very key level here of this weekly level that we have, this naked daily point of control, this daily level right around 101. All right, it's a very key level right here. Our 4-hour time frame, we are not printing bullish divergences locally. Okay, the only thing we could say that's bullish about the 4-hour is the money flow. But I would say losing this level, we could see a capitulation type wick coming down to around $96,000, right? 98 to 96, that's our next major zone. All right. That's our next major zone right here. Man, I wish I didn't close that dang short trade. I literally, I double checked it. I hit close, market order close. I meant to take out 35,000 contracts, and somehow I took out all 88,000. I don't know how that happened, man. But it never feels good to close a trade by accident. You know? Alright, we're starting to get a dump. At least I'm still short. At least I've already locked in realized profit, 28 grand shorting this since October 7th. So I can't be upset. About 28,000 realized, 38,000 unrealized. Can't be upset. But it never feels good to close a trade, guys. It never feels good to close a trade. Make sure to smash the like, guys. If we can get 1,000 likes within the next 5 minutes, we'll give away $1,000, all right? I said in the first 30 minutes, but let's go ahead and give it a 5-minute timer. Make sure to smash the likes, and we will be giving away 1,000. All right, I've got my timer set here. All right, on the good old iPhone. I don't know, what is this, an iPhone 12? I don't know. I keep my iPhones until they literally don't work. You can short again if you believe it will go lower. It doesn't really work that way, right? It doesn't really work that way. You can't just short again because you think we're going lower. You have to wait for a good setup, right? By the way, guys, if you want to trade Bitcoin and altcoins, KCEX, best deal on fees, 0% limit order, 0.01% market order fees over on KCEX. I'm also trading on WEEX and BLOFIN. All right. In fact, later this week, we're going to do a giveaway courtesy of BLOFIN. And right now, if everyone likes the video in the next 5 minutes, we'll give away $1,000. Also, if you want to join the Casper Crew VIP Discord, KCEX also has really cool stuff. But if you want to join the Casper Crew, where the short setup from the exact high was given in advance, and I told everybody I was taking the trade, all right, or the head short that I told everybody I was taking on October 27th, which I accidentally closed out. You can go to jasoncaspertrading.com to join the best trading community in the world. Also, if you want to trade but you have no money but you know how to trade, Klein Funding. I'm partnered with Klein Funding. 15% and 25% discounts on these funded accounts. So you could trade a $200,000 account for less than $500. All right, the Bitcoin price, guys, right now is dipping down even lower. All right. We just hit 100,500. That sounds so weird to say. 100,500. Let's check out the order flow and see what's happening here on Market Monkey. Market Monkey. We just took that low. We just took the low on Market Monkey. So let's see what happens here. Guys, we have 3 minutes. 3 minutos until we can do our $1,000 giveaway. All right, we're seeing massive amounts of liquidations right now. I'm getting notifications out the wazoo that we are seeing liquidations. Liquidations. Okay? Liquidaciones. Los liquidaciones. Man, longs are pretty much out of the game, man. This is crazy. We have seen longs pretty much totally wrecked. All right. Longs and shorts closing out. A big decrease of open interest here. Let's go to our 15-minute time frame. Yeah, this whole move down was fueled by shorts opening up. And then all of a sudden, we saw shorts taking profit and longs getting wrecked. All right. We do have a few orders right here. Let's check it out. We have a few orders that look like they're being filled down here. Okay. We have a few orders. We have a $71 million order and a $78 million order down here. So it looks like there's some big players that are trying to long as we're coming back down to test this low here. All right, this order did not get filled. The order did not get filled here. So let's see if we come back down again. Let's see if we don't actually see those orders get filled. And maybe then that's going to signal to us we can see some, buying start to step in here. Maybe we can start to see some buying step in here. We'll have to wait and see. All right, you guys see these big green lines down here on Market Monkey? Link in the description. Wow. We have an $80 million order right here. And just below that, a $91 million order. Looks like people are putting limit orders down here. All right. And we'll know if they get filled because we'll see this go away. Right. We'll see this go away here. All right. So let's wait and see what's happening here. Gonna wait and see what's happening here. All right. Looks like potentially either the order's getting filled on some exchanges, or maybe they're lowering their order here. Back to KCEX to see what Bitcoin's going to do next. Let's come back over here. So it looks like we've got some people looking to actually long right now. A couple $150 million worth. Again, today, guys, we want to see a candle close above 102. Otherwise, we're the most probable thing. I mean, again, I'm not trying to be a bear, but when you're dealing with volume, the next probable thing is we come down to the high volume node of the range under 100K. All right, do we have 1,000 likes? Unfortunately, guys, the answer is no. But let's give it another 5 minutes. Look, guys, I'm trying to give away $1,000 here, man. I'm trying to give away $1,000. I'm literally trying to give away $1,000. Bitcoin's crashing. Everyone's portfolio is in the red. And there's a guy on YouTube saying he's going to give away $1,000 if you just hit the like button. But I said let's do it in 30 minutes. We couldn't do that. I gave another 5 minutes. We couldn't do that. Let's give it another 5 minutes, guys. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Joel Mueller says $21,000 Bitcoin makes sense to him. Really? $21,000 Bitcoin? I will be honest with you guys. This 4-year cycle is unlike any other we've seen. It's unlike any other we've seen. We hit a new all-time high before the halving. And, new all-time high before the halving. And if the top is in without a proper alt season, that is crazy. And some people are very, very bearish on altcoins. I don't think we're going to see altcoins dip too much lower than they did last time. All right. Make sure to smash the like. Shout out to Rob. I like to with 3 YouTube accounts. I lost everything. Please pick me for the 1,000. What about ETH? Yeah, we'll take a look at ETH. Shout out to Alu Channel. Says, let's go. $98,200 Bitcoin. Yeah, that's our next target right there. If we refill 102 and stay above, that could be quality. Yes, crypto fit for life. Very true. We need to look at this daily close. All right. We got to look at the daily close. All right. We've seen lots of liquidations here. Let's go back to Market Monkey. Okay, these orders are still here. All right. We've got about 150 million order at this low. It looks like somebody is really waiting for price to dip back down again to this area and fill a big order. All right, we're seeing little orders being placed here. I don't know if these are buy orders or what. They're probably buy orders. These are small orders, you know. 8 million, 10 million. They are smallish orders. But we've got some big ones down here. All right, so let's see if these big orders get filt, right? Filt, F-I-L-T, baby. F-I-L-T. What's the Bitcoin gonna be? All right, let's check out ETH. My goodness, guys. Okay, so here's the deal with ETH. Again, man, oh man, guys, ETH is right now coming down to the most important level we've ever seen. Oh my goodness, guys, ETH right now, thank you, whoever told me to look at ETH. ETH is bouncing from the POC. We're coming down to the POC right now on ETH. This is a make it or break it level for Ethereum right now. This is a make it or break it level for Ethereum right now, guys. If Ethereum loses this level, we're going to get sucked right down to $2,800. Oh my goodness. This is the high volume node of the entire bull market range, guys. This is the historic resistance level that we have had literally since 2021. This was the double bottom that we made here on July 28th and October 10th. This key level of 3,333. It's the Illuminati level, all right? It's hidden in plain sight. Revelation of the method. The Illuminati is telling us if we lose this level, they're going to dump it down to 2,800. Why 2,800? Well, because this guy named Felix in the chat a few weeks ago said that we'll never see ETH at 2,800. And we told him because he said that, they're going to dump it down to 2,800. But the other reason, shout out to Felix, is because that's our Fibonacci golden pocket, and that's our next support. We literally have nothing under this level, guys. If we don't hold this white line, we got to make this thick and white. All right, I like my trend lines the way I like my women. Thick and white. All right, let's see here. Opacity, we'll make it 100% opaque. I like my women thick, white, and opaque. All right, I don't like them translucent or transparent. There's nothing worse than when you're looking at a beautiful woman and you can see the wall behind her because she's transparent or translucent. All right, I like the opacity to be at 100% with my thick white women. All right. Now, I have nothing against thick black women either, but the problem is if I put a thick black trend line here, you just can't see it. All right. And I'm not going to use a white chart because I'm not White Phoenix. All right. I'm sure if I used white charts, I would like my trend lines thick and black. Okay. But man, oh man, this is so key for ETH right now. This is so key for ETH right now. I don't even have the words to say, guys. If ETH does not hold this level, we are going to see major, dare I say it, capitulation. I mean, look at this chart, guys. We have had a glorified, if we lose this white level, we have had a glorified fake out. Boom, we could, I don't even want to think. I don't even want to think about what could happen. All right, our timer went off. Let's see if we have our 1,000 likes so that we can give away our $1,000 in the middle of a crash, you know? We're close. We have 800 likes. This is brutal. Oh my goodness. I like my women like I like my coffee. Yeah, I've heard that one before. You know, haha. Super funny. Shout out to our super chats. Isaac Newton, he says, a lot of people began crypto late last year. If you bought then, why wouldn't you now? Are you assuming the trend line's gender? Yes, Isaac Newton, I'm assuming the trend line's gender. All right? I don't know if you heard, but assuming the gender is okay again. All right? Goes through waves. It goes through waves. Okay, here's the deal, guys. Let's get the likes up to 1,000, and we'll do a $500 giveaway. All right? I gave us multiple chances for the $1,000. Let's just get the likes up to 1,000. We'll do a $500 giveaway. Okay? We'll do a $500 giveaway. Okay? Okay? Okay. Also, speaking of giveaways, guys, speaking of giveaways, the egg code for this stream has not been determined yet, but I'm going to make one right now. The egg code for this stream is going to be, what should the word be? It could be white, all right? White. It will be white, just like the trend line here, all right? But it's where I'm going to have to set up the quest in the Discord. It's not set up yet. Guys, if you're not aware, every single live stream in the Casper Crew Discord, we give away eggs which are redeemable for cash prizes. And the way you get the eggs is you join the Discord. It can be the free Discord. It could be the paid Discord. Paid Discord members get more eggs than non-paid Discord members. All right, but in the Casper Crew, where I give my trade setups and all that, we have this thing called eggs. All right, and you can win prizes. Right now we're doing raffles. Shout out to our last winner who won the $500, Dunari, and Swan, who won the $500 Monday giveaway. But we have other raffles in here. 1 month free VIP, 2 months free VIP, $50 giveaways, $100 giveaways, $200 giveaways. All right, plus every single month we have games that you can play to get eggs, and these eggs are redeemable for prizes. All right, these eggs are redeemable for prizes. Now right here, if you go to quests, click claim, and type in white, you will get eggs, and they are, like I said, redeemable for cash prizes. All right, awesome. I just got myself some nice huevos. Nice huevos. All right, let's get back to our Bitcoin chart, our Ethereum chart. Okay, let's go down to ETH on the 4 hour here. Oh man, the 4 hour doesn't look the best. It really looks like she wants to lose the level, guys. It looks like she wants to lose the level. Oh my goodness, we really need to hold. Now I'm gonna make the trend line thin again because let's be honest, when we make them too thick, it's hard to see where the price is. Okay, this white line for ETH, guys, is so critical. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, Bitcoin's dumping. Bitcoin, $100,500 here. All right, we're dumping. ETH is losing the level. Come on, ETH. Let's see. Do we have it? Like, we don't really have bullish divs on the 1 hour. 24 minute. It's so ambiguous looking. Come on, ETH. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go to the 12 minute. How's the 12 minute looking? It's really ambiguous, man. We gave it a really good shot. We tried to bounce. We hit the line. We got a bounce of about 0.75%. Not so great here. Come on, baby. If this doesn't hold, we're going down to $2,800 ETH, something I thought we would not see, I'll be honest with you. The reason why we're going down to 2,800 is simply because it's the support resistance flip from this last section of price action. We can take it all the way back to the support in January 2025, resistance in February, resistance all throughout May and June, right? And it's our Fibonacci golden pocket right around this area here, guys. All right. You can see how easily we will just slide through here. Oh my goodness. Man, that is crazy. Shout out to everybody who liked the dang stream. We are close to 1,000 likes here. Shout out to Memory Man in the chat. He says, yikes. Shout out to Crypto Crank. Guys, make sure to go subscribe to Crypto Crank on YouTube. He posted a killer video on his X account. He's shouting me out and the free trading course. So many people in profit and yet to take could see a lot of sell pressure upon acceptance below 100,000. Yeah, shout out to Make Me a Millie. Exchanges are freezing. That's usually a sign of capitulation incoming. That's usually a sign of capitulation incoming. Oh my goodness. Look at this crazy short trade. Man, I shouldn't have taken so much profit, man. But let's see. Our next level, sub 100,000. Yeah, here's the thing about $100,000 Bitcoin. It's such a key psychological level, and everyone's been saying, we're never going to see under 100,000 again. We're never going to see under 100,000 again. We're never going to see it again. So, you know what that means. You know what that means. It means we're going to see it again. And here's the thing. Everyone's going to be expecting to bounce from 100K. Which, in my opinion, is bearish, right? Man, this is rough. This is rough right now, man. Guys, make sure to check out Crypto Crank on YouTube. All right, an amazing trader, has an amazing trading community. Go check out Crypto Crank on X and on YouTube. All right. Crypto Crank is right here on the screen, all right? This is his picture. People should learn to love bear markets because that's where you make money. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. 100%. So Crypto Crank shouts out the Jason Casper free trading course. Of course. Of course, of course. If you go to the Jason Casper YouTube channel and go to playlists and go to the Jason Casper free trading course, we have a free trading course, 18 sessions on how to become a confident, profitable trader. Giving away the juice for free. All you got to do is check it out. All right? Free 99 from start to finish. From start to finish. Man, ETH is losing the level, guys. ETH is losing the level. Man, I feel capitulation coming. I feel capitulation coming, man. I feel it coming. Look at the Bitcoin price right now. I feel like we're about to get a big old wick down. All right. Let's see what happens here. Our next level actually is going to be a little bit before that low here. So let's see. Let's see. A little bit before that low would be right here. Right around 99,549 on KCEX, what she likes to do best. All right. To see what she'll do next. Whoever came up with the name KCEX for an exchange, you know what's funny? You know, this is a true story. So I kept hearing about KCEX, the exchange, and I kept thinking to myself, I'm never going to trade on that stupid exchange because there's billions of exchanges out there, right? Especially if you're a crypto YouTuber. Every day you get hit up by some new X, right? This X, that X. And they're like, why don't you trade on our exchange, Jason? And you're like, yeah. Look, I already trade on exchanges. I am not going to trade on your exchange. I don't feel like setting up a new account and all this stuff. Finally, I decided to try KCEX out. And I love it. I love it. It's such a great exchange. The fees are low. The user interface is amazing. I haven't had any issues filling big orders up to $1.2 million. Market order, limit order. I've only had slippage happen to me once on this exchange. All right. I've never had an issue with stop losses getting hit or not getting hit. It's a great exchange. The user interface is amazing. The mobile app is amazing. The fees are super low. It's great. But man, who came up with the name? You know, I would have been trading on this exchange. I've been trading on KCEX way longer if it was called something more normal. You know? What happened to the creative names out there? Like Bybit, you know? Buy Bitcoin, you know? Play on words, you know? KuCoin sounds cool, you know? KuCoin sounds pretty cool, you know? Binance sounds cool, you know? KCEX? What is this? What is this? It reminds me of some strange South Korean adult film. You know what I'm saying? But I do like the exchange. Do they give influencer accounts special treatment? That's not true, because here's the thing. I make accounts that they don't know about. I make accounts that they don't know about. Seriously. Accidentally closing a Bitcoin short is the financial equivalent of saying, don't worry, I've got this, and immediately slipping on your own confidence. Yeah, well, I accidentally closed the dang Bitcoin short, all right? I took it on the 27th, and I accidentally closed it today. At around 101,000. But what am I going to do? There's nothing I can do, except be thankful I'm still short. KCEX is scamming on their bonuses. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't think you can scam on a bonus. But the fees in and of themselves are a bonus. If you can trade with 0.1% market order fees, that's a bonus, man. That's a bonus. Try and do this on any other exchange. You're going to get wrecked with those fees, man. Wrecked. I'm telling you, absolutely wrecked. How is Sol? Sounds like a Pokemon. Shout out to Tail Extends. I lost my car. Repo man coming? Really? I hope that's not the case. All rugs, these exchanges liquidating billions daily. Well, I don't know if that makes it a rug. I think people just trade with high leverage and they gamble, right? You know? Let's be honest, most people who trade are gamblers. Most people who trade are just gamblers. They're not really traders. Otherwise, they wouldn't be. If everyone who traded on exchange was an actual trader, I don't think exchanges would be in the exchange business. You know, they rely on the fact that people come there to gamble away all their money. Right? So, don't be one of the gamblers. Alright, be one of the actual traders. XRP. XRP, guys, is also at very key support, coming down to the bottom of the range right here. XRP is about to lose $2.19. Very key support on XRP. If we cannot hold, well, we're going to be coming back down to $2. Now, here's the thing. XRP, the wick here on Binance, went all the way down to $1.25. That is crazy. That is crazy. But this is a very key support for XRP right now. If we lose, we could see big downside. All right, let's check out Solana. Solana coming back down to the golden pocket. Man, not what we want to see. You know, back on October 10th when we got this big wick, I said this could either be the most bullish thing in the world or it's going to be the start of something very bearish, because we had very bullish divergences form with these wicks. But sadly, we have not seen any real change of market structure here, and we're back down to the major supports with bearish signs on the oscillators, guys. It's really not looking the best. It's really making it seem like we could see much more downside. And I don't want that to be true. I don't want that to be true. I don't want it to be true, man. I don't want it to be true. Let's check out Cardano. Man, these are all back at the key support. Look, guys, this daily close for all these coins, Bitcoin, ETH, XRP, Cardano, these are such key daily candles. I mean, look at this. This is our historic support resistance flip going all the way back to May 2022. It was resistance when we lost it in May 2022. It was support in 2024. It was support all throughout 2025. Guys, if we are not going to close the daily candle above this level at 50 cents, we are losing major support on the high time frame. Not a good look. ETH basically straight down 7.5%. 1 minute of silence to all the leverage traders. Gonna dump so fucking hard. NASDAQ and S&P dropping as well. Yeah, I mean, today's a bearish day in general. S&P was super bullish last week. Look at this. S&P right now is back testing the value area high of this little range. S&P also at very key support here, guys. This is the ES mini futures. Let's check out the NASDAQ. This is NQ. Look at this red candle on the day. This is just a red day in general. We're also coming down to fill a gap on NQ. We check out Nvidia, which was pumping like crazy earlier in the week. Look at that. I mean, look at today's candle on Nvidia. You know, Nvidia, honestly, I mean, this is just a bullish chart in general. You know, a pullback should be welcomed. You know, where's our 50% retracement here? You know, Nvidia coming back down to 187.7, 50% retracement. That could be a pretty nice support resistance flip right in this zone here. That could be a pretty nice support resistance flip. I mean, assuming this thing's going to continue to rip to the upside. You know? But you know what they say about making assumptions. CZ and Binance getting super rich. Shout out to Divine Hood. He says, bro, we're going to confirm some major bearishness if we close below 107 today. Below 107? What about 102? Jason, we need the pump song for the last time this year. James Wynn is winning. Says hopium copium. War with Venezuela. Is that specific? You know I'm busy. Bible channel. Yeah, I could post a video on the Bible channel. Guys, I have a Bible channel. If you're into Bible stuff, check out my Bible channel called Billy Casper's Bible Channel. All right? Billy Casper's Bible Channel. All right? We got a Bible channel up in here. If you're into that kind of stuff, Bible stuff, check it out. If you're not into it, don't check it out. All right? But we've waxed so biblical on this channel before. People said I should make my own dedicated channel for it. Once we get 1,000 subscribers, we'll be able to go live. All right? We got a few videos in here. All right? Once we get 1,000 subscribers, we'll be able to go live. We'll do some live streaming. All right? So I do feel in my bones, guys, that we're about to see some major downside. Bitcoin continues to dump. How many names do I got? I got a lot of names. Let's check out AVAX. What about the weed channel? I don't have a weed channel. I don't have a weed channel. All right, let's check out AVAX here. Man, look at this Bitcoin, though. I feel like we need to look at Bitcoin right now. Let's see what's happening on Bitcoin. Let's see what happened here. So those orders did get filled, guys, or either filled or taken away. But we are way below them right now. We are way below them right now. And we're starting to get a move down. All right, so let's see what happens as we are heading towards $100,000 Bitcoin, guys. A level that people said we would never see again. We are right now heading down towards 99,550, which is our last key level before 98.1, which is our last key level before like $96,000. All right. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Really, memory man, you have an AI music video channel, bro? You have to DM me that in Discord, man. If you're in Discord. Novice Gnostic Music. I'll have to check it out. So, like, it's all AI. Like, interesting. That's very interesting. We're heading to 74 at least. That is one of my major targets, okay? That is one of my major targets. $74,000. But that's a longer term target, okay? That's a longer term target. The Crypto Health channel. I like the Crypto Health channel, actually. Max Payne incoming, says Soft Taco 3088. All right, we got 1,000 likes, guys. We got 1,000 likes. All right, we got 1,000 likes. We will do a giveaway this stream, okay? We will do a giveaway this stream, a $500 giveaway, okay? We're not going to do it now, but we'll do it this stream, okay? Because we got to look at Bitcoin right now, as Bitcoin is really getting a large move down. Man, people still trying to long this. And, I mean, eventually it's going to have to get a bounce. You know, this is eventually going to have to get a bounce, guys. But right now, this is just falling knife territory. We don't have any kind of confirmation to get into a long trade now, at least in my book. Right? Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. $100,000, super psychologically key level. All right, here we go. Let's check it out on Bybit, because that's really what we care about, Bybit. All right, Bybit just lost 100,000 here. Bybit just lost 100,000. Psychological level. Let's see if we don't reclaim 100,000 here. You know, we're going to see some buying pressure come in. We're going to see some buying pressure come in at 100,000. People probably just blindly longing $100,000. because it's a very key level. You know, it is a very key level. So let's see what happens here. This white line on the chart, guys, is $100,000. Bitcoin getting a bit of a bounce from $100,000. All right, getting a bit of a bounce from 100,000 USD. All right. Key psychological. Key psychological. Key psychological. Very key psychological level. $100,000, guys. So look, we might get a little bit of a bounce from here. This is key psychological. We might get a little bit of a bounce from here. Even if we do, I expect much lower, just because of the fact that $100,000 is such a key psychological level that everyone's looking for a bounce. It makes me think we're not going to get the bounce at $100,000. We might get a short-lived little bounce, but I think we can see lower here, man. All right, I think we can see lower. All right, but we might get a bit of a bounce here. The pump song is to the dang dollar. Yeah, we dipped down like $120 below it. So that is a nice dip into 100,000. Psychological, very key psychological. $100,000 Bitcoin, key psychological. All right, this might be the daily low. It might be. We might just hold here for a while. It's only a Tuesday, early in the week. All right. It's early in the week. Let's see what happens. Key psychological level here. Check out our 1 minute market cipher B. It don't look the worst there on the 1 minute here, you know. We ain't even got a 1 minute change in market structure over here, so we ain't even got a 1 minute sign of strength over here. All right. Now remember, we're going to be giving away $500. All right, we're going to be giving away $500. So here's what we got to do. All right, here's what we got to do. You guys want to win $500? Here's what we got to do. I want you guys to spam the chat right now with your USDT address. All right, go ahead and spam the chat with your USDT address. Make sure to subscribe to the channel because you don't want to miss these giveaways. All right, spam the chat right now with your USDT address. Spam the chat with your USDT address. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to count down from 10 and take a screenshot. Whoever is highlighted by my cursor on the screenshot wins. Now, there's some rules. I want you to post only your USDT address. If your thing is like this, like Rimo5150 with all these emojis, you lose, all right? I want only the address. No emojis, no other things. Only the address only. All right? Only the address only. Only the address only. Only the address only. Okay, can you guys do that for me? Only the address only. Only the address only. Only the address only. Only the address only. 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 Only the address. All right, you guys ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Spam the chat. 3, 2, 1. All right. All right, let's see who our winner is here. Our winner is Justin 1611 KJV. All right, Justin 1611 KJV. Shout out to Justin 1611 KJV. I got you right here, bro. Justin 1611 KJV. Congratulations. And I'm going to go ahead and give you that $500, man. Shout out to Justin 1611 KJV. All right. Justin, 1611 KJV. Congrats, bro. Congrats. Congrats, bro. Congrats. Congrats, bro. Congrats. Congrats. All right. $100,000 key psychological. Justin, KJV, 1611. Has just won $500. And with that being said, guys, I have to head out. All right. I have to head out. But God bless you all in Jesus' name. Thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure to like, subscribe, click the bell. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.